have a pleasure to speak today with the CEO of Mabion, Gregor Kawaletz. It's a great opportunity to have you here. Thank you very much. Good morning.
My pleasure to be with you here.
Wonderful. Gregor, recently you have increased your capital involvement in Mabion. From the management's perspective, what roles does such a step play in building investor confidence in the company's strategy?
Actually, it shows a quite simple fact. Companies and strategic investors have a high level of trust in us. We have clients where we were discussing collaboration, and by having those project discussions, they came up with a discussion whether we would be willing that they could invest in our success story, which came in the right moment. So it is my pleasure to have those companies in discussions and onboarded, and I'm sure that we will have a great success story in future about that.
Okay, but how would you like investors to interpret share purchases by management? Should they primarily see it as a sign of long-term confidence in Mabion's potential and its business model?
I think so. I think if the top management members are investing in the companies they are working for, this is the best signal that they are trusting what they are doing, and I'm very much confident and convinced that we will have a great success story.
Mabion's strategy for 2025-2030 assumes further transformation of the company into a specialized partner for biologic drugs. Which elements of this strategy do you consider to be the most advanced today?
So the reality is that the pharmaceutical and biopharmaceutical world is very much in the change, which means that Mabion is listening very carefully what's going on the market and is adjusting its own strategy to it. So for now we have three elements, if you will, three pillars Mabion is focusing on. One of them is fee-for-service CDMO. Second one is co-development of biosimilars with partners. And C is the innovation of own products. And why innovation of own products? Because the Mabion team is one of the best I've ever met in my professional life. Therefore, we have the power, the capabilities, and the possibilities to develop own novel products.
That's just wonderful. As I can see, the strategy also assumes scaling up operations and gradually increasing revenues in the coming years. What organizational and business actions are currently key to executing this plan consistently?
So the reality is companies like Mabion, with the size we have, are very well advised to focus on own competencies. And our competency is developing and manufacturing of drug substance. This means we are cover just a portion of the entire supply chain, and this means we are working with strategic partners which are supporting our activities. So we are, by having those strategic partners, the ability to offer a comprehensive service to our client out of our Mabion's name.
Okay, I understand. The company has previously reported a growing pipeline of projects and commercial opportunities. Tell me, how would you like to describe the current level of interest in Mabion services from biotechnology and pharmaceutical companies?
The market, as I mentioned, is very much in transition. The business models which were valid and successful in the past are not working these days anymore. So the reality again for Mabion is that we are able with our network to approach the right partners with the right products and with the right innovation. So due to our capabilities and scientific know-how, we are able to support the most novel therapeutic solutions for patients, and therefore you will see in near future a lot of announcements to the market about new projects coming up.
Right now, I would like to move a little bit to the projects and collaborations. We know that in the CDMO market, long-term technological partnerships are becoming increasingly important. What types of projects and collaboration best align with Mabion's competencies and its development strategy?
So, again, Mabion is a company with great competencies, but still is looking for partners which are complementary to our offering. So on one hand, we have partners for fill and finish. On the other hand, we have partners for co-development of products. Those people are relatively focused, and this is what I'm looking for, by the way, they are focused either on their technologies and are, let's say, masters and front runners in their technologies, or they are focused in their own regions, which is complementary to me because I can onboard more projects and more partners for the same product range.
In biotechnology, the CDMO model increasingly includes not only manufacturing, but also joint development with partners. What role of co-development projects play in Mabion's strategy?
So, since Mabion's team has the scientific capabilities to start the projects from scratch, meaning follow the molecule, we are not a typical company like it was fine enough in the past, but it's not working these days anymore. Not just doing tech transfer and CMO services, but the real CDMO services, even with the aspect of R, meaning research, just because we can.
So that would be my final question. Mabion is building competencies that cover the entire process, from technology development to the manufacturing of biologic active substances. How does such an integrated model increase the company's attractiveness as a partner for biotechnology companies?
So our industry is actually very much related to know-how. And since we have this know-how and we have this right equipment, we are able to support our clients in the right manner, right from the beginning. And we are able to do it in the, actually these days, very hot topics like bispecific, trispecific, and even ADCs. And those are areas which is not enough substantial capacity and capability on the market, because claiming only that I can do something, it does not mean I can, but Mabion can.
Gregor, thank you very much for joining us today. That was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Big pleasure being with you. Have a good day.
Bye.